Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklarbro Country, the Virus Edition, a.k.a. the Panty Pods.
A.K.A. Two Fine Fellows, No Saul Bellows.
A.k.a. the pods that are crazy, and it's the birthday of my daughter, Daisy.
Yay, little
Turned
Daisy.
16 today.
Big girl.
That's insane. I love you. We'll dedicate this one to you. All right? There you go. For
right.
all the people who have kids out there, dedicate this one to your kids. All right.
We're digging into it. All right, beware of the man under the stairs.
Or under your deck, really, is what I would say.
Just keep an eye out for suspicious dudes lurking underneath your house.
Just hide it out.
You should never have someone unauthorized hiding under your shit ever.
Never, ever. I would say,
Go look under your house right now.
I would argue that
We'll go with you in your ears.
100% of you will say there is nobody lurking under my house right now, and with good reason. This shouldn't happen.
And if you do find someone under your house, chances are that person is hiding from some really bad stuff that they've done.
Or it's the Terminex guy.
Right. It's just a little rule we've come up with.
It's either the Terminex guy or woman, or it's someone hiding for some really bad
It's never a story about a guy who's just out of the goodness of his heart trying to make sure the foundation of your house is solid.
Just making sure you guys have the correct earthquake foundation under here.
Yeah.
The pylons
I'm
are
just
all
a
working.
structural engineer who's retired and looking to help the neighborhood. Everything looks solid.
Looks great down here.
FYI. It's never like a guy who's in an epic game of hide and seek that's been taking place over like 3 decades.
And he's like...
4 continents.
Right.
And he's just like, hey, man, it's never Harrison Ford who was wrongly accused of murdering his wife by another evil maniacal doctor.
That's right. It's always like a sad and often bad situation.
And this story proves that. Here we go. Volusia County, Florida.
Of course.
A man faces charges after Volusia County. Volusia sounds like Fallujah, and it's probably less.
Volusia sounds like
the Florida version of Fallujah,
right? Or it's like it's something you get when you just consistently just throw up every time you smell beer.
Right.
I've got Volusia,
so I can't.
I can't be around.
I just can't be in a bar. Volusia County deputies say a man drove away from a minor crash only to run a red light and cause more serious wrecks Tuesday night in Deltona.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy
is it Daytona? It's Deltona.
Right. So this guy leaves every situation that he's been in worse off than before he got involved.
Yeah. That's all you need to know about this guy.
That applies to his driving,
his relationships,
his job,
custody of his kids.
Investigators say Jeffrey Hawley,
the Josh Hawley of deck lurkers.
Unlike Josh Hawley, this guy's actually more fit to be a U.S. Senator.
That's right.
I will say
I
that.
trust him more.
Jeffrey Hawley was driving a white Chevrolet pickup when he ran the red light at the intersection of Howland Boulevard and Newmark Drive. Ran the light.
Dummy.
You dummy. You ran the light.
Reckless dummy.
Reckless. And you ran a red light, you deserve the worst. Because we all need to count on other people stopping at red lights, right?
If you don't, it literally becomes the purge in like 5 minutes.
Society as we know it will crumble if some people just stop paying attention and using and listening to red lights.
So his truck slammed into another vehicle,
causing the pickup to roll several times, hit a power pole, according to deputies.
At least
that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get. I'm just sad that someone else had to get hit.
They didn't ask for that, dummy.
They were following the rules, and you weren't. And there is no like QAnon theory that tells you that traffic lights are pawns for liberal Hollywood's pedophiles.
Right.
To keep you in line and tell you when to stop and when to go.
They're telling you when to go, man, and when to stay.
By the way, just made that up, and that's probably a Q theory.
I'm sure it is.
It's probably a Q theory.
Sure it is a Q theory.
The 42-year-old Howley managed to get out of the truck through the windshield.
You know the way you leave most trucks through the windshield.
But deputies say he left behind his wallet and his identification.
Because he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
I already hate the guy for not
I hated
having a
him
wallet on
under
his
the
person.
deck, Jay.
Unless it rolled out of his pocket, I hate him for not having
I bet
his
he
wallet.
just put it on the dashboard like a cocky asshole.
And probably like leaves it there when he goes in and leaves.
There you go.
What? The window's open. Try to take
Take
from
it.
me.
And people are just like, yeah, I'll take it.
The Seminole County Sheriff's Office Alert 1 helicopter was called in to assist in the search for Hawley, along with law enforcement dogs and patrol officers.
Yeah, don't run away from the wreck that you caused, Hawley. By the way, and I'm talking to Josh Hawley too.
By the way, that's the mark of a true coward for both Hawleys.
There's nothing more Republican than what this guy did in Florida.
Am I wrong to say that Pulp Fiction should have forever
Put an end to that?
Put an end to like get in a car accident and then try to walk away and hide somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Deputies say they found the man hiding under a pool deck about a block away.
Just looking up underneath people's bathing suits.
Hiding like the bitch that he is.
Mm-hmm. He should have to live under that swimming pool for like deck for a year.
Just throw some scraps through the floorboard every couple days.
If you think of it. If you think of it.
They should like
don't make it a deal.
But they should hem him in.
I agree.
That would be great. Put him in jail under the thing.
That's right. In a little cell.
So the sheriff's office posted the video of the rest online.
So now he's got a TV credit, Jay.
Kind of cool. Howley faces charges of leaving the scene of a crash with injury, leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, third-degree douchebaggery, which I added, hiding under a pool deck.
Is third degree worse?
That's what I don't know. Is third degree a worse thing? Hiding under a pool deck without a license.
You should have a license to hide under a pool deck.
Driving with a suspended/revoked license. I would have been shocked if he didn't have a revoked license, Randy.
I'm not sure what's less surprising, Jay.
The fact that he was driving without a license because it was revoked, or the fact that he was driving a white pickup truck.
Either or, right
Both
here.
Both seem like pretty
There's no way that his registration sticker on the back of his license plate is current.
Up to date.
There is no way.
No way.
And he took a little razor blade to slice it so no one could steal it.
Reckless driving with damage to persons and people's property, and resisting a law enforcement officer without violence.
Yeah, hiding like a bitch isn't very violent, I would say.
No. I'm sad the cops found him before a skunk got in there to do some damage.
Like getting skunked in the mouth for this guy.
That feels appropriate for this guy.
Right, so he never tastes anything but skunk juice for the rest of his life.
Or getting ripped apart by like a pack of ornery raccoons
who are like, dinner underneath his deck.
And they wouldn't stop, man. They wouldn't stop until he was dead.
And they would just come out like bloody on their sweaters, like, okay, thank you for dinner. It doesn't look like they're wearing sweaters, right?
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll hear the rest of the story. It's insane.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. We got some live dates happening in the fall. We're going to be back out on the road doing stand-up. Very excited about that. We're talking about potentially re-recording some of our greatest hits and doing that, which would be great, too. We'll let you know where we're thinking about doing that. May happen up in the San Francisco area. We'll let you know as that becomes available. Supersklars.com. Follow us on all of our socials, at Sklar Brothers, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. We'll let you know what's going on. Let's get back into this, because when we left, there was a guy who got into 2 car accidents and then hid under someone's pool deck before he was found, and we said he should have been skunked in the mouth.
That's right. He's being held without bond at the Volusia County Jail on another charge of failure to appear for heroin possession and violation of a pretrial release for neglect of a child and possession of drug paraphernalia.
So this guy's a good guy.
He's
a good guy, Jay.
Yeah, it's a real unlucky break to have all this stuff happen to him. I really feel bad for him.
The good news is, if he does go to prison, there's no excuse for him to neglect his child.
No, we know why.
We know exactly why.
What's crazy to me is that this whole thing feels like, for me, a metaphor for QAnon. All right? Let's just, for the sake of this analogy, Q is Jeffrey Hawley.
Yep.
Driving recklessly.
On heroin.
Neglecting his kids.
He thinks
doing whatever he wants to do.
Thinks he's only affecting himself.
Unless he crashes into another vehicle, which, could happen, and then he runs and hides.
And ignores any of the collateral damage he's caused to other people or the world itself.
He's only looking out for himself and choosing to ignore basic rules that keep our society on the rails so it doesn't break down entirely is exactly what Q does.
So I would say, take this guy and root him out.
Make an example out of this asshole.
That's the only way you're going to finish this thing off.
And look, we need certain rules to apply. We need certain people to not do things that are scary, to not do things that break the rules and put us in danger. We need that in order for all of our society to work.
I agree.
You can't just all of a sudden up and decide that rules don't apply to you. You can't just all of a sudden say that these are the facts. You can't just all of a sudden start doing heroin. You can't just all of a sudden ignore red lights, get into accidents, and then go hide under someone's pool.
By the way, if you did have a man hiding under your pool, that I would never want to swim ever again. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Terrifying. I would check that thing all the time after that.
If you are like, no class trip is ever going to go to the Capitol ever again.
No.
Am I right?
Never.
Would you ever schedule a class trip to the Capitol ever again? Never.
We'll be in D.C. and I might not even, I don't know if I'll go to the mall. I'm terrified.
I would go to certain things, but I maybe wouldn't go there. Isn't it? It's a terrifying proposition. You got to look before
Look
you
what
go.
You did. You ruined it.
You ruined it for everybody. So like you're going to ruin swimming for this family that put the pool. They're like so happy they got their pool. They just finished the deck. They just put the tracks in, and now they got to worry about some dude lurking
Some guy.
underneath.
Yeah.
Some guy hiding
Or
underneath.
you have to come and get exterminators to come. And you know how like when there's rats under the house and
Yeah.
when they get rid of the rats, then they close up all the
Fence
ways
it off that the rats can get in.
that anyone
People
can
are going
get
to be
in.
like, I got to close up underneath my deck so that crazy heroin child neglectors don't come in and hide underneath.
Right. And
That's the new plan.
And isn't it ironic that this guy, that this asshole is a child neglector when everyone in Q is trying to accuse the Democrats of being
Child abusers.
It's kind of interesting.
And that is the show, guys.
There you
Stay
go.
connected, stay protected. Don't get infected. This is not a hoax.
But we got the jokes.
Happy birthday, Daisy. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
La ti da, la ti da ti da ti da, la ti da da.